All right, guys, welcome to Trader with Meatball. We got Iris Energy on the screen, and I'm going to draw it out. It's 8 o'clock, so the market's not open, but I figured I'll make a video since I got to draw on this goddamn thing. And so we use different colored lines. You do whatever the fuck you want. I use some light charcoal ones. We're looking for let's get rid of the volume. So when we draw this line, we're looking for the body of the movement, which would be this right here in this area. But there are big wicks, and so I'll use half of them. I won't go off the top of the candles or the wicks though. I do want it to line up on the top of the candle, like these right here. I want it right across the top, not the wicks, just the top, and this one right here. And so we'll make an adjustment, and I'm looking here with my eyes as I grab it and move it, and we lower it down so that's right on the top of those candles. And so you can see I used a piece of the wick, but not much of it. Okay. All right. I don't want the wick. And then you see a bottom right here. And so you can see there's a bottom right in here. And we're going to move that down just a little. Well, it's pretty good. All right. So when I moved it, I was looking right here. I want the bottom of these two green candles, okay? And one of them had a little wick, and so that's pretty good. But as you go left, you go backwards in time, and you see how that line, how they react at the line. This little red candle here was the exact bottom before it reversed slightly and failed again. But what it failed was this line here. And so she's forming a little flag here on the 15-minute. We love a 15-minute with a flag on it. And so at the end of the flag, you get violence. It doesn't have to go up, but you will get violence at the end of the flag, and that's almost guaranteed. But it's a common setup, a flag. And then they get violent at the end of the flag, and they're going to choose a direction. It's up or down, flip a fucking coin. So we do stuff like this to make the odds in our favor. And a common pattern you'll see at the end of the flag is it's going to test the channel over and over. And when it gets to the end, a lot of times it'll pop, but then it fails, and then it makes the next leg up. And so you want to be in it before it does all this violence, because there's a lot of fake outs. If you're holding this shit while it's doing all that, you draw the flag out, you make your decision, and then you say, if it totally fails this, I'll sell and take a 50% loss or whatever my option is. Or you can buy shares, and then you don't have time value loss, right? But a lot of times, if you buy time and you go out a week or two, you can ride out the violence. See? If you own a zero DTE or one that expires tomorrow, then you're shitting your pants. But if you go out a week or two, you know, and they're cheap, man. I share the whole screen, guys. I ain't got nothing to hide. I'm an old man, used to be a stockbroker. But the calls on this IREN are like $50 to go out for a month. And there you go. Welcome to Trade with Meatball, guys. Diversify. Don't just day trade. Um, Draw lines on charts, and you'll be amazed at what happens. And these are support and resistance levels here. Okay. And we'll see what happens. But usually, we draw zones. And so anywhere there's chop, like right in here, there's chop, we draw a zone. That's why I put the line there. And so we'll move that just a hair. We're going to try to put it in the body of the chop. And you can see right here where it reacted to. So we draw lines and we draw zones. You can draw whatever you want. I like a zone for a chop area or support and resistance. I moved it down. I was looking here and here when I moved it down. Okay. Notice how right here, when we position the zone, we did not use the bottom, the peak. We left that off. We left the wicks off. We left these wicks off just a little. Um, I was looking for the body of the chop, which is right in here, and right in here. And when you can see they line up, that's a zone. And so go right and look what happens. Okay. They gapped up overnight right through that zone. That's strong. And then this one too, it ran right through it. Okay. But you could see when it caught red at the open on this day, it opened down. Look where it stopped, right at the zone. And so when it tried to come up, look where it stopped, right at that zone. And so as it comes up here, we don't know what's going to happen. But the next day, it opens green and goes boom, right up through the zone. All right. So she failed this trend line right here. This is very important. And so we want to put a zone right there. And I'm going to go off the top of this one right here is what I was looking at, this green candle right here when I drew that. And so that's the top. And so I'm looking at the end of the flag, and if it goes up here, this is a breakout, I would say, but I want to be in it before it happens. But um, if I'm in it and it goes up and I'm up 30-40% and it starts showing red and failing, I know to sell. So zones help us get in, they help us get out, they tell us when to sell, tell us when to buy. You do your plan your way, guys, but steal my knowledge and put it in your toolbox. That way you don't have to pay some scammer $100 a month to trade with him. All right, have a good day. Yeah, we shared a whole fucking screen.